Hello chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I've got up to on my week so far, which are my Monday, my Tuesday and my Wednesday. On my Monday I didn't have work until the evening, so I got a nice line. I then got up and got showered and changed and had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I was just watching a bit of TV. My mum and my younger sister were still asleep. My dad and older brother and sister and younger sister were at work, and my dad got back and he went off to bed. My mum then got up and I went off to collect a Butty's lunch that I'd ordered for me and my younger sister, and my mum and dad had gone to take my grandma in to see my grandpa in his rehab place, and I went off to get the Butties. And whilst on my walk to get the Butties, I got some flower snacks that I'm going to show you guys now. Such lovely flowers, such pretty colours. I had a lovely stroll up to go collect the Butties. I then got the Butties, popped to the corner shop and got myself some yum yums for me and my mum and my dad and my younger sister. I then headed back, and on the way back I got some more flower snacks that I'm going to show you guys now. I'm absolutely loving all the beautiful flowers out and about at the moment, especially all the roses with the pretty patterns on that I'm able to get snaps of. And the weather has been so lovely blue skies and sunshine. And whilst on my walk back I also got a really nice selfie of some pretty pink flowers. I then got back and I let myself in, and my younger sister was asleep and she's still not feeling that great after having this ear infection thing. She's slowly getting there, but she's still feeling a bit off, bless her. So she was still asleep. I put her Butty's lunch that I got for her in the pantry, and then I had my Butty's lunch, and I had a tuna cheese, onion, lettuce, cucumber, toasted wrap, and me and my younger sister both had the same thing. She introduced me to them, and I've never looked back. They literally is so good. Love a Butty's. And I had mine with a cup of tea and with one of the yum yums that I got for me, my younger sister and my mum and dad. I put the other yum yums in the pantry along with my younger sister's Butty's lunch, and I will show you guys a photo of the Butty's lunch that I had now. It was so delicious. I love a Butty's. I then was watching a bit of The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime, which is such a great series and book series, and my younger sister is currently reading the second book. She then got up and had her Butty's lunch, and we were watching The Summer I Turned Pretty together. And then my grandma and my mum and dad got back from seeing my grandpa in his rehab place, and he's doing a lot better. And my grandma stayed for a bit. She then went off, and my dad went off for a nap. And then I was just watching Home and Away, Escape to Country and Father Brown, wrote a bit of my journal, sorted out my bleached doll, listened to a bit of music, and then I was just watching a bit of Garden Rescue. And then my mum dropped me off to work. I got ready for work and then got dropped off to work, and I was a little bit early up to work, so before my shift started I got some pretty flower snacks that were dotted around the tables in my workplace that I'm going to show you guys now. So beautiful, really adds a little bit of colour to the place, and yeah, I just love seeing all the little pots with all the flowers on each table. And then I got clocked in, put my bag and coat away, and yeah, put my jacket away because it was a little bit windy in the evening, and so I had my jacket with me because after work it gets pretty cold when we're closing. I was doing 5-12 close, and I was with one other colleague. It was me and one of my supervisors on shift, so we were just getting lots of clothes done, jobs done, lots of cleaning and stuff, and getting everything tidied away. And we did have a few people come in for food and drinks and stuff, which was good. It was calm and steady, which is good. It wasn't too busy, wasn't too quiet. Kept us going, kept us ticking over, which was good. And I got to have a bit of food because all my kitchen stuff, made the food cock up. So I got to have a burger and some chips, which I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. A delicious mistake. It was so good. I went and had that one on the back, and I then was just doing more close-down jobs, polishing cutlery, putting cups and plates and saucers away, and our pot wash had left and has come back. He's currently in uni training to be a paramedic, and he's off for someone else. He's come back over summer to work in pots, and so I was having a good chat with him, and yeah, it's good seeing him. And we've got 2 other colleagues that are coming back as well, so it's like we've gone down a trip down memory lane. It's like so many people coming back who are like back for the summer and stuff, which is good. And then I finished at like 10:40ish, and my colleague I was on with kindly dropped me home. And I got back, and because I'd had the burger, I didn't have to make myself anything for tea, which was great. And I then got into my PJs and I watched UK soaps and Love Island. I then finished writing my journal and then put it that away, had some cereal, watched a little bit of Netflix, and then I went off to bed and I was absolutely cream crackered. And on my Tuesday, I got up and got showered and changed, had some toast and a cup of tea, and got ready to go off for coffee catch up with one of my mates. And my mum was up and she was just watching a bit of TV. My younger sister was asleep. My dad, older brother, sister, and younger brother were at work. I then headed off to go meet my mate for our coffee catch up, and whilst on the way there I got some flour snacks that I'll show you guys now. I then went off to one of the little flower shops because I was up there a little bit early, and so I went in and got some plants that's successful that I'll show you guys now. I love all the succulents, the cactuses, and the plants hanging from the windows. It's so beautiful in there. I was having a chat with the flower shopkeepers on there. I then got some flower stats from there as well that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful flowers in there, such lovely colours, lovely bright colours on the flowers. I especially love the sunflowers. I then went and met with my mate in Coffee One, and we sat at the back on the wooden benches, chatting away, having so much fun, laughing a lot. And she was one of my work besties, and we get on so well. And I had a bit of Victoria sponge and a caramel frappe, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious. I love the Victoria sponge cake in there, and the caramel frappe had so much cream on, which was so good. We then went off and had a look around some of the chow shops, and then I went off into one of the other flower shops and I got some flower sauce from there that I'll show you guys now. It's so good in there, all smells so lovely in there with all the flowers and the plant wall. And I was having a chat with the flower shopkeepers in there. I then went off and got myself a drink from the corner shop with me and my mate, and then we headed off up to the garden centre, and we had a nice stroll up, and we were listening to a bit of the Frozen soundtrack on the way up. And it always makes the journey go a lot quicker when you've got music playing, because you're walking to the beat of the music, having a good sing-song. Sorry for any passers-by that would have heard us singing, thinking that cats were being strangled. But yeah, it was just a lovely stroll up, and it was a little bit overcast, but it did not rain, thank God, because I didn't have a coat. She had a bag with her with a waterproof in, and I was like, I should have been prepared, but luckily it did not, and the sun actually did come out briefly, which is great. We got up to the garden centre, and the first thing I did was go straight towards the plants and succulents and get some plant snaps that I'll show you guys now. love the plant section so much. All the pretty patterns on all the plants is so great. I then went off to the cafe with my mate and we got a drink and got 2 of these chocolate marshmallow things that have tinfoil on. I can't remember what they're called, but they were delicious, and we sat and had those with our drinks. We then went off and looked around at the homeware section and stationery section, and I was like, nope, I do not need any more stationery. We then finished off going to the flower section, and I'm going to show you guys the flower sets that I got from there now. I love the flower section so much. It's so beautiful, lots of different colourful flowers. In the entranceway they have lots of really exotic, unusual ones with lots of pretty patterns and like leaves and petals, and it's just so great to get lots of snaps from. And yeah, I love the garden centre so much. It's my happy place. I then made way back, and me and my mate went off to the co-op and got some booze for the drinks and nibbles thing we were having at our mate's house in the evening. We then went off to my favourite little coffee shop, and I had a white chocolate mint frappe from there that I'm going to show you guys now. So delicious. I love the white chocolate mint frappes from there, and I had my lunch. I'd also got some lunch from the co-op, then getting the booze from there. We then went off to Aldi and got some more booze, and I had to pop to Jigsaw and let them know that I wasn't going to be able to go to volunteer at the youth club I do on Tuesday nights, because I was going to be going out for a belated birthday meal with my mates. And then they gave me some forms to fill out that I forgot to fill out, and then my mate went off back to hers. I then went back home. I then watched Home and Away, wrote with my journal, sorted out my Belated doll, had a tiny little bit of a power nap, and then it was time to head off to go to the lounge for my belated birthday meal. And I met up with one of my mates who we were meeting up with and her 2 kids, and we walked up to the lounge and met my mate who was at the garden centre with at the lounge. Got in there, and our mate had already got a table for us, and then we ordered our food. I got a really cute mirror selfie in front of the mirror wall they have there, and then we had our food, and I had blueberry pancakes with a milkshake, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious. You might be able to see in the photo there's a little bit of a dent in the pancakes from where my mate had gone up after I'd ordered and said how it was my birthday on the Saturday just gone. So they brought it out with a sparkler in, and they sang happy birthday to me, and I was like, oh my god, it was so embarrassing, but also I loved it. And yeah, the food was so good, the selfie was great, and I had some halloumi fries as well, but it was like butter, like breasted, like halloumi fries, so I didn't really like it that much. I prefer my workplace's halloumi fries. And then we opened the card that my mate, who I went to the garden centre, had got me, and it's so cute. It's got lots of photos of moi on, and it says happy birthday Dan, and then inside it says to Dan, happy 26th birthday, hope you have a fab day from Tash. And yeah, on the front it has some flowers on, she knows me well. And then my mate I walked up with, the other Tash, there's 2 Tashes, Kitchen Tash and front of house Tash. So Kitchen Tash, she had her partner come and collect the kids, and then we went off to our workplace. I had some drinks there, did some shots, and then one of our colleagues was there, and he then came back with us to Kitchen Tash's house, and she lives down the road from me, and we got back to hers and we had some drinks, and I drank 2 bottles worth of WKD. Loved it. It tastes like blue slushy, and we were out playing some drinking games and playing Who Am I, and then I opened my present that my mate front of house Tash got me, and it is a Kylie Minogue cutout. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite presents I've gotten ever. She didn't think I was going to like it. She's a bit nervous that I wasn't going to like it, but I absolutely loved it. And we got some photos taken in front of it, and it actually looked really realistic the way kitchen task, took the photo, and actually like managed to like filter it so it looked like I was actually with Kylie. It's like, this is the closest I'm ever gonna get to be next to Kylie Minogue. I then went off back to mine and dropped the card and the Kylie card home, and my mate George and for the house Tash came with me as we were heading back up to Hawks to have drinks with some of our colleagues. One of my colleagues who'd been in Glasgow was coming in for drinks, and one of my other colleagues who's going back over to Canada was there, so it was really good seeing them. And we headed back up there and had some drinks up there, and then it was like nearly 12 o'clock by the time I then got back, and I walked back with one of my mates, and he just lives on the corner. It started to rain a bit. I actually got to my door just as it started raining heavily. He had a hoodie, so he would have got a little bit wet, but I had no coat, so I was glad I got in just before it started to rain heavily. And it was just such a good night with a bunch of really great people. I then had some cereal and then literally crashed out. I was literally so tired. Then on my Wednesday, which is today, I got up and I watched last night's UK soaps and then had some cereal for breakfast, and my dad, older brother and sister and younger brother at work. Mum's asleep still, so is my younger sister, and then my dad was getting stuff sorted out around the house when back from work, and then he got me and was like, we're going off to go get your grandma to go see Grandpa in this rehab place that I was going with my grandma to see Grandpa. And so I then got ready for that, and then my dad and myself picked my grandma up from hers, and I got 2 flower slaps from my grandma's house from the garden that I'm going to show you guys now. Such lovely flower snaps that I was able to get. Then we headed off, and the journey there took so long. We were going all the way into the back of Bristol. I did get to see where my grandpa grew up. My grandma was telling me about these hills that my grandpa and his siblings used to go on and play on when they were younger, which is really cool. We then got there, and my dad went off to the shops whilst me and my grandma went in to see my grandpa. And before we headed off in to see my grandpa, we popped to the shop they have in there and got our lunch, got a model from there. I then headed up on the stairs whilst my grandma went up lifts, because I do not like lifts, and it was right at the top, so there's a lot of steps, so I definitely got my steps in. And then we went and saw my grandpa in his room, and he was really grateful to see me, and we were chatting away, having a lovely catch up. It was really good to see him, and he's in a lot of better spirits, which is great. And then me and my grandma then got picked up by my dad, and we got back home, and my grandma stayed for a little bit and had a coffee, and my younger sister wasn't feeling too good, so she was in her room just chilling, and then she came down to see our grandma, and she was reading out in the garden. It then started to rain, so she came dashing in, bless her, and I opened the landing window and stuck my head out and was just breathing in the lovely earthy smell the rain leaves when it rains. I just love that smell so much. Then my mum dropped my grandma home, and she got back, and I ended up having a little bit of a cat nap on the living room sofa. I then got up, and I was just sorting out my blue duck doll and tidying up my dolls at dollhouse. It needs a little bit of a spring clean. My younger sister and older sister and myself are going to sort that out soon, as it takes more than just me, because there's a lot of it, as you can see behind me. And I'm going to be ordering 2 new dolls later on, my Barbie travel dolls that I cannot wait to get. Barbie extra travel dolls, they're stunning. And then I'm going to be putting all my inbox dolls in the spare room when my younger sister comes to stay, but it's fine because it'll be on the shelves, not like they're going to be on a bed. And I thought she was going to kick off, but she's like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be getting that sorted out. Cannot wait to get my doll room sorted out. Finally, I can have them on display and not have them in a massive pile behind the door, which where I don't have to worry about having an avalanche of Barbie dolls coming down on me because I had that before by opening the door. It hit one of the boxes and they all came down on me, and I was literally like, this is how I die, this is how my life ends. Okay, death by Barbie doll boxes. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to having those on display so they're not getting crushed, and they're not, because some of the boxes are getting a little bit crushed when they're all on top of each other. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that room sorted out, just getting them on the shelves. Also need to get my Prince Pup on the wall because I am trying to get this sorted out. I think my dad's going to be happy with that because me and DIY are not very good together, so going to get that sorted out as well. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away, and it's going to be chilling for the rest of the day and having mac and cheese with tea, which I cannot wait. I used to hate mac and cheese and now I absolutely love mac and cheese. The cheesier the mac and cheese, the better. I didn't have the UK soaps and Love Island to watch tonight, and Love Island has been so dramatic at the moment. I'm absolutely loving it. It's going so quick, and I just love Ing's commentary. He just cracks me up. And yeah, I'm now off to go and watch him and just chill. I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your Wednesday, or have a lovely rest of your week. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.